Welcome to our Tech Talk. Hope you guys had a great long weekend. I think we fully enjoyed the weekend. What happened during the past few days?
I think a lot of people are sharing things on Facebook. As we said earlier, it's very hard to identify what's true and what's fake.
Yeah.
So recently also I think everyone has seen about some news on Sri Lankans getting free arrival visa to US, and so that kind of things at a glance you can identify it's going to be fake.
I've seen a lot of people sharing
Yeah.
this. I mean, I don't think people leave. I mean, now the trend has been share it first and think whether it's true or not. So if you happen to see this, how you can help is actually on the Facebook, whatever that they have shared. There's a small like a triangle kind icon. If you click on it, if you hit report, you can say it's a fake news.
Yeah.
So if this will help Facebook to identify when this fake news, fake stories get shared on Facebook. So if couple of people do report these things, so it'll help in terms of the community to stop spreading false information, because now I think people use Facebook in a way, I think we spoke about it before as well, in a way of consuming information.
Yeah.
So most people think, for example, a lot of I've seen that you share like a kid's photograph where they are in a really bad situation or in a hospital and asking you to share it.
Yeah.
If you share it, the Facebook is giving a $1 to the kid.
Yeah.
If you like it, it's giving $2, something like that. So these are false information where again, this is social engineering. I think we spoke about this on our Tech Talk multiple times on this show, how people manipulate you to do certain things, right? This is it happens in advertising. It happens in, like, sometimes people does it. There's no gain in terms of what they would gain, but they still trick people to do certain things.
Yeah. You can like easily do a Google search and see if it's fake or not, but no one has time for that, right?
People don't know. I mean, like, a lot of people who are on Facebook doesn't even know there's something called Google.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's the situation right now. It has come to a point where Facebook is the internet.
Right.
So a lot of people don't have internet, but they have a Facebook app on their phone. They use Facebook through the phone.
Yeah.
So that's how they consume the internet in a way, because they don't have email. They use Facebook Messenger. So similarly,
In a way, Kaling, I feel a lot of people are like wasting time in a way. See, if you have like 1 hour of commute every day, morning 1 hour and evening 1 hour, a lot of people I've seen just aimlessly scrolling Facebook. But do you have any tips to like spend that 1 hour?
So basically, when I used to have a long commute, I mean, I do right now, but not to the extent where I used to be. I used to travel for like 2 hours a single trip. It's about 4 hours a day. I used to, like, just sit on a bus or used to take private transport, either one of those. So what I used to do is, I used to listen to podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, when people say podcast, it's almost like listening to the radio.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the traditional radio we have right now, because it used to be radio where you get information, right?
Yeah.
And when I say information, again, this is not about gossip. This is not about so and so politician. It's about genuine information that getting across to people. That's what media used to be.
Yeah.
Now what we are trying to do right now in our Tech Talk. So what I used to do is, I used to have one technology podcast. There are a lot of apps you can use. For example, if you have an iPhone, iTunes automatically comes with podcast support where you can subscribe to certain things. There are like, if you're into comedy, if you're into music, there are a lot of podcasts done by a lot of people, a lot of professionals. So what I used to do is, used to do that. So I used to listen to at least one podcast, because normally podcast is about 30 minutes to 45 minutes. It's depending on what you select, right? And I select like 10 or 15 of them, so I get my weeks covered.
Yeah.
Plus, I know Tilina reads.
Yeah.
So it used to be physical books, but now it's a Kindle.
Yeah.
What I used to do is, I don't like reading a lot of the time, because one thing is, it's hard for me to read when I'm traveling.
Yeah. Some people has that.
Yeah. So what I did was, I downloads audiobooks. So the famous one is Audible, which is part of Amazon.
Right.
It's about $1 a month. Where when I had it, so you get a good audiobook, you download it, you listen to it. And these are sometimes cross-device compatible as well. When I say cross-device compatible, you can have it on your phone, you can have it on your computer, you can listen to it at
You
one
can
point.
resume wherever you have stopped.
So it's a great experience, and I used to really enjoy that. And again, when I say books, it doesn't have to be novels. There are like textbooks, anything you want.
As Kaling said, if you are into reading, medium.com by Twitter is also a good way to. There are so many variety of articles there, and if you are really into like reading books, as Kalinga said, an investment on a Kindle is really good. So a Kindle can, I mean, it's a device where you read books. It doesn't have a colored screen or anything. It looks like a book and it feels like a book. So the charges also holds up for nearly a month or so. So if you charge it once, you can use it at least 2-3 weeks.
I wouldn't recommend reading books on a tablet or a phone, because you don't have the same feeling of looking at a paper, right? So what?
And also it drains the battery. And
it
the
drains
screen
the
is going to be
battery.
always on. And
Exactly, and it gives you a glare. And that it's not really good for your eyes. But when you look at a Kindle, it's a e-ink display. I'm talking about the Kindle Paperback, right? So it has a paper feeling to it. It's not heavy. It doesn't strain your arm. So that's the easiest way to do it till when you're doing certain things. Kindle is what I would recommend for anyone. There are like other things like Nook. I don't mind as long as it's a e-ink display. Why I would recommend a Kindle is devices known to perform well, won't give you any trouble, it's cheap.
And Amazon after sales policy is really good. Even if you break it yourself, they might replace it. So
mine got replaced once some time back when I got it. I have the first gen Kindle that came out, so I broke it. They replaced it, but the difficult part is well, when the replacement comes here, they charge you tax for it. So let's take a small break and see you after this.